Hello, my name is Connor Zachary and I am in section 61. I chose the case study of Jamal. He's a 7-year-old male, and here is an overview. I'm going to show you an overview of the case study intervention plan that I wrote and then give an intro to the video that I made. So Jamal is a 7-year-old who presents with difficulties in areas of daily activity, including feeding, and that is the area that my treatment video focused on. So during feeding, Jamal, he has a very limited diet, and he only likes to eat chicken nuggets, french fries, Cheeto Puffs, apples, and apple juice. That's a big concern of his family, is that he will throw food and gag when he sees it, and he just doesn't attempt to eat any new foods. So here's an interpretation, and then problems prioritized, and then here is the long-term goal that I worked on in the treatment video. By the end of 6 months, the client will eat 3 non-preferred food items without displaying maladaptive behaviors in 4 out of 5 sessions to improve participation in feeding. And then here are both of the short-term goals. By the end of 2 months, the client will accept and interact with 2 non-preferred food items with no more than 2 maladaptive responses in 3 out of 5 sessions to improve participation in feeding. And by the end of 4 months, the client will accept, interact, smell, and touch 3 non-preferred food items with no more than 2 maladaptive responses in 3 out of 5 sessions to improve participation in feeding. And so then here is my proposed intervention plan and some of the activities that I would do with Jamal. So I would start out the session with obstacle courses, animal walks, or animal yoga to work on motor control and planning and have that gross motor warm up for him. And then early on in treatment, we would do sensory activities to kind of introduce him to a variety of textures and work up to feeding. And then the main intervention that I would use, which I show in my video, is the SOS, the Sequential Oral Sensory Feeding Approach, to integrate a wide variety of foods for him to improve his feeding behaviors. And so in the video, you'll see that Cheeto Puffs are one of his preferred foods, so that we have that food for him as a reward for trying a non-preferred food. And so I gave him 2 choices to eat of a non-preferred food because he doesn't like wet foods. So I chose either macaroni and cheese or applesauce. I thought that applesauce would be a good thing for him to try because he does like the flavor of apples because he likes apples and apple juice. So eventually that could be a food that we try, but he did choose macaroni and cheese for this session. And so you will see that let's go through this whole step of him interacting with the macaroni and cheese by stirring it, touching it with his finger, touching it to his lips, touching it to his teeth, and then his tongue, and then eating it. And this treatment session that's in my video would be one of the later on sessions after we have been working on this for several months. Like in the short-term goal, it says, the end of 2 months, the end of 4 months. We're probably going to be closer to the end of 4 months because he is able to go through that full process of chewing and swallowing the macaroni and cheese. And then that's just, one of the foods that he would work on. And then we would work on possibly applesauce for the next one. So that's just a quick little intro to my video, and you will see that next. Hey Jamal, how have you been doing today?
I've been doing good.
Good. All right, so we're going to try some new food. I see that you brought your Cheetos, and what we're going to do is we're going to try either macaroni and cheese or applesauce.
I want to try macaroni and cheese.
All right. So first, I'm gonna get you to help me stir in the cheese powder. All right, you can eat a Cheeto. For every time that you stir or help me out with the macaroni and cheese, you're gonna get to eat a Cheeto. All right, so the next one, I'm gonna get you to scoop some out and put it on your plate. Now, if you could touch it with your finger. Good. Now you can wipe your finger off. And now you can eat a Cheeto. All right, so now the next one, you can use that same scoop and just touch it to your lips. Good job. You can wipe your lips off. And you can eat a Cheeto. All right, so next we're going to touch it to your teeth. Good job. You can wipe your mouth off if you need to. And then you can eat a Cheeto. All right, so now we're going to touch it to your tongue or lick it. So you can use that same scoop and just touch it to your tongue really quick. Good job. You can wipe your mouth off if you need to. And you can eat a Cheeto. All right, so next is our last one. I'm gonna get you to take a bite of that macaroni and cheese and chew it up and swallow it if you can. And if you need to spit it out, you can. You can spit it out on your plate.
Okay.
And you don't have to do that whole bite. It can just be 1 noodle, 2 noodles. Good job. That's good. Now you can wipe your mouth off and eat a Cheeto. All right, you did a good job today.